January 15th, 1974. A quiet neighborhood in Wichita, Kansas. Snow still clinging to the ground. A mother, a father, and 2 children were alive that morning. By nightfall, they were gone. The killer didn't just murder them. He tied them. He watched them. He enjoyed it. And then he gave himself a name. BTK. Bind, torture, kill. For 31 years he disappeared. No fingerprints, no suspects, no answers. Until he made one fatal mistake, and the monster who hid in plain sight was finally unmasked. Before he called himself BTK, before the letters, before the terror, he was just a boy. Born in 1945, raised in a quiet Wichita neighborhood. A strict father, a distant mother, a home that looked perfectly normal from the outside. But inside that house, Dennis Rader felt invisible, ignored. And in that silence, something dark began to grow. Fantasies of control, of domination, of binding. No one saw it, not his parents, not his church, not his teachers. Because sometimes the most dangerous monsters aren't raised in chaos. They're raised in quiet homes. And that quiet boy would one day give himself a name. This is the story of BTK. The first murders happened on January 15th, 1974. The victims were the Otero family, Joseph, Julie, and their children Joseph Jr. and Josephine. BTK later said he had fantasized about killing for years. He called it his Factor X. He entered their home after Joseph left for work, but Joseph returned unexpectedly. BTK pulled a gun. He told them he only wanted money and a car. It was a lie. He tied them with rope. Bind. He strangled Joseph and Julie first, then the children. Josephine, only 11 years old, was last. Dennis Rader did not kill in a frenzy. He planned. He stalked. He fantasized. He chose victims after watching them for days, sometimes weeks. He studied their routines. He memorized when they left for work, when they came home, when they were alone. He called them his projects. He brought what he called a hit kit. Inside were cords, rope, tape, gloves, everything he needed to bind and strangle. Bind. That was always first. He wrote a note and said, "I, the killer, have been referred to as a psychotic with sexual perversion." He sent it to the media. Inside, he described the murders in detail, and he signed it BTK. He wanted attention. He wanted fear. He wanted credit. Between 1974 and 1977, he killed again. Catherine Bright, Shirley Vian, and Nancy Fox. He would break in, wait inside, sometimes hiding, sometimes surprising them at the door. He restrained their hands and feet, used cords or belts as ligatures, strangled them. In some cases, he remained inside the home afterward. He would reposition bodies, stage scenes, take personal items. He kept pieces of their lives for years. After killing Nancy Fox in 1977, he called police himself. Yes, you will find a homicide at 843 South Pershing. Calm, controlled, like reporting a lost package. While committing these murders, Dennis Rader was a husband, a father, a church leader, a compliance officer. He installed security systems. He attended church. He mowed his lawn. He blended in. Then the killings slowed, but did not completely stop. From 1978, his letters stopped, but in 1991, he struck again. Dolores Davis, 62, became his final known victim. He bound her, strangled her, and left her body in a rural area outside Wichita. After that, silence. From 1991 to 2004, no letters, no murders linked to BTK. The case went cold. Wichita lived with the ghost of him. Police aged. Victims' families waited. And BTK? He was living a normal life. He was trusted, respected, invisible. In 2004, he couldn't resist. The 30th anniversary of the Otero murders, he mailed a package to a local TV station. Inside were photos and documents proving he was BTK. He wanted attention again. But this time, technology had changed. In 2005, BTK asked police a question through a newspaper ad. "Can I communicate with floppy disk and not be traced?" Police responded publicly, yes. It was a lie. He sent a floppy disk. Investigators recovered deleted metadata. It traced back to Christ Lutheran Church and a user named Dennis. February 25th, 2005, police pulled over his car. He asked calmly, "Is this about BTK?" It was. Inside his home, they found drawings, bind kits, souvenirs from victims. He had kept pieces of their lives for decades. In court, he confessed, calmly, without emotion. "I strangled her. I tied her hands. I placed a bag over her head." He described each murder clinically, like reading instructions. No tears, no remorse, just details. He was sentenced to 10 consecutive life terms. No death penalty in Kansas at the time. He will never be released. For 31 years, BTK hid in plain sight. A man who went to church, who worked a 9 to 5, who waved at neighbors. And at night, he fantasized about binding, torturing, killing. The scariest monsters don't live in abandoned buildings. They live next door. Bind, torture,